Today's world, what we really want from students is, I think, a great deal of flexibility and ability to look at the world, to be inquisitive about that, to be able to see and to find problems in that, and to be able to deal with them in very creative ways. The ability to take perspectives, to look at things from lots of different angles is becoming more and more important as we, become a global world, and children have more and more opportunities to see how the world influences them and to look at things from different perspectives, and we need to develop that in our classrooms. So a big part of a student becoming a thinker is that ability to look at different perspectives, to find problems, to be curious, and then to be able to follow up on that curiosity, to be able to direct one's own inquiry and one's own understanding. When I think about creating a culture of thinking and where that's worked in my career and how that theme has been picked up, it's really come from my experience as a teacher, that as a teacher I thought that the biggest challenge I had was about getting kids to think. That although I was very interested in curriculum and designing interesting lessons and activities, I knew that it had to be more than that I really had to work with kids over the course of a year about how do we build relationships, how do we work together as a group to really develop our thinking and understanding. So it was always a part of my own teaching. And then as I began to work with more and more teachers about teaching for understanding, I saw that this was also a huge need of teachers, that it wasn't just about the lessons, that those were very important, but also it was about the culture in which those lessons get taught. And so in order to have a more supportive atmosphere, something that can really make understanding take off, the culture of thinking is an important groundwork. Part of creating a culture of thinking really is about documenting students' thinking and having some records of that so that that's visible and that's in the classroom, and that's something in which the teachers as well as the rest of the students can really look at as models, so that when we walk into a classroom we can see how this group of individuals, how they're beginning to explore ideas, how they're connecting ideas, how they're moving ideas forward in new directions, and through that observers from the outside should be able to actually to assess thinking and be able to see what it is the students in this classroom are beginning to understand. So we need to look at ways to make that visible. Visible doesn't just mean that it's written down, but sometimes it does mean that teachers will document, that they'll record students' thinking. It means that they will ask students to write in journals, they'll ask students to do more writing. Sometimes it also means with young children that teachers begin to audio tape, or that they scribe down what children say in conversations so that those aren't lost. We want students to see that ideas, they are discussed, but they're also carried forward.